Super 32 qualifier down in Kansas City. Let's talk about it. So we had 8 guys. We had 8 guys go down and compete. They showed up. They competed well. Before we get into any details or anything like that, the one thing I'm going to really talk about is how professional these guys were. We took Garrett Funk, Gabe Lewis, Max Magana, Logan Vallejo, Caden Herman, Jaden Moore, Eli Salas, and Hunter Worthen down to Kansas City for the qualifier. And 6 of those guys ended up qualifying for Super 32. But outside of all that, what kind of really makes me, you could say the happiest or most proud of these guys is all of them handled their weight correctly, in my opinion. No one was starving. They all did a really good job there. And the morning of, they were pros. They got up, they ate breakfast. I sent them all down to warm up. They got their warm up in. They all did their sweat. Didn't need a whole lot of help or instruction. They're just, they're mini professional athletes. They handled it really, really well. Most of those guys are down there without parents. We took 4 of the 8. And a couple parents showed up that day, so they're definitely growing and developing into pretty independent athletes, which is something that we kind of talk about a lot at the club, and making sure that these guys are capable of handling their business if no one's there to put them through it. And it was one thing that all 8 of those guys did incredibly well. So for some results, we had 2 champs. Funk and Gabe Lewis both won it. Max Magana and Logan Vallejo got 2nd. Caden Herman got 3rd. Jaden Moore got 4th. So those are your 6 qualifiers. And then Eli Salas and Hunter Worthen both went 1 and 2. Overall, the level at which they competed in terms of intensity and focus and output, I thought was good. These guys were prepared. They were eager, excited to compete. It's only September, I think it was September 14th. Yeah, September 14th when they went and competed, and for the most part, these guys were ready to go. They looked pretty sharp. I'm going to talk about Logan Vallejo for a second here. Logan came to the club about, I think this is his 3rd year. It's his 3rd year. He joined late in our first year, so maybe 2.5, whatever you want to call it. And he's this really skinny, kind of scrawny, long, gangly kid. But his work ethic is pretty unparalleled. He shows up pretty consistently. The first summer he spent with us, it kind of got him back into wrestling, and he kind of started to really fall in love with it and invest in it. Goes into his high school season as a sophomore, and he fills in on the varsity squad here and there, and then ends up being their JV Wrestler of the Year, and he's just progressing and progressing and progressing. And then he puts another good summer in, doesn't qualify for Fargo or anything like that, just keeps getting better and better and better and better. And he comes down to this Super 32 qualifier, and he just drops the hammer. He wrestled really, really well. And it's really just a testament to him more than anything. He showed up, he puts the time in, he's eager to learn. He's a tremendous partner and teammate. He's always putting himself back into other guys. He does a great job with our little dudes. So I'm kind of giving a special shout out to Logan because he really embodies the process. He really embodies the process. He's making big jumps consistently for his wrestling and for himself, and I can't be more proud of the kid right now. He's gonna go to Super 32, and we're gonna have a great time down there with him. So I'm really excited for him. So if you see him or you want to give him a special shout out, please do, because he's doing just a fantastic job for us. Outside of that, we definitely have some technique areas to pick up and clean up. For our guys that qualified, there'll be some focus areas for our individual lessons up until Super 32. But those 6, so Funk, Lewis, Magana, Vallejo, Herman, and Jaden, join our other 6 guys who were already pre-qualified. So we're taking 12 down to Super 32 total. So Those 6 join Adam Aronson, Kale Ranavardi, Jacob Whittinger, Evan Yant, Dawson Youngblood, and Gavin Landers. So for our first time going to Super 32, taking 12 guys, I'm pretty excited about it. It's a incredibly important and tough tournament. I can't wait to get to Greensboro and see what these guys are gonna do. The training up through Super 32 will be heavily focused and geared toward those guys going to Super 32, but it's something that we're going to push and continue to encourage as many kids to go to as we can in the future. So, you know, I guess in our mind we'll set the precedence now for future kids to kind of follow and be like, no, we go to Super 32. This is the tournament that we go to. Other than that, give a special thanks to Jake, Joey, and Darren because they made the drive down. They did a tremendous job. I know they helped get the videos out on Facebook. It's something we're going to try to do all year, try to get some of the videos put up on Facebook. It's a little easier for us to go back and, one, review them, but hopefully going live is good for the people who can't make it. You know, I know Dan Magania appreciates the hell out of them. That dude he might be the biggest supporter of wrestling of anyone I've ever met. He's on top of it. So, Dan, we appreciate the support. We appreciate all the help you give, and we definitely appreciate the comments and the clicks and the shares. He's got a podcast too. It's called Shake Hands, I believe. Check it out. It's got a couple of our club kids on it. You know, he's a wrestling enthusiast, and we're pretty lucky to have wrestling enthusiasts, wrestling people very involved in what we're doing. So other than that, practice schedule will be normal. The tournament ran well. Joe Williamson's doing a good job with Grow Wrestling. He's got all of his Grow Wrestling social media accounts. He hosted the Super 32 qualifier up down in Kansas City. But yeah, it's going to be an exciting next month. I really just can't wait to get down there and see what these guys can do. It's going to be fun. So, see you guys at practice. Maybe do some more of these. I don't know. I'll see you guys.